Alright, it has been confirmed that we are getting the balance changes coming this summer. That means I gotta hurry up and finish the Warriors and Thieves. Which means, for this video, it's all about the Pirates. First up are two common skill changes coming to the Pirates. You'll be happy to learn that Roll of the Dice can now be placed in your pet's auto buff. Next is the Pirate Flag. This skill will have its cooldown removed and it will let you, the player, receive the buff even if you're outside of its range. Everyone else though will still need to be inside of it to get the full effect. And that's pretty much it for the common skills. Moving right into the first class on this list, let's start with Buccaneers. Bucks are getting changed to a 2-minute class with skills like Stimulating Conversation, Time Bleep, and Lightning Form, all having their cooldown cut from 180 seconds to 120. In the case of Stimulating Conversation, the duration will go down from 90 to 60. For Time Leap, the time to reuse Time Leap again will match with the cooldown of this skill, so 180 to 120. Lightning Form will have its duration cut from 75 to 52, and then the energy orb damage will go from 1045 to 839. Next up is Howling Fist. This is a 90-second skill that will be changed to a 60-second skill. As such, the damage of this skill will be adjusted to match with the new time, meaning that the continuous attack damage will go from 850% to 570. The punch damage will go from 1370 to 915. Last but not least, it will have the whole package of super stance, critical status immunity, and 50% damage reduction while using this skill. Other than that, their Hexa Sea Serpent will have its number adjusted. The damage will go down from 870 to 850, but the number of attacks will increase from 6 to 9. As for Hexa Nautilus Strike, it's getting above. The final attack damage will go from 501 to 535. The very last changes are coming to their origin skill, Unleash Neptunus. Now this skill will have its reactivation cooldown cut from 4 seconds to 2 seconds, and now it will have an attack activation limit of 8 times. Next up is the second of the Explorer Pirates, and that is the Corsairs. Corsairs are getting a new dash? Maybe? Question mark? It could be a backstep, or just a brand new skill coming to second job. To be honest, the skill description doesn't really tell you, so here it is. I'll let you guys decide on what it is. Anyways, Corsairs will have their 90-second skill changed to 60 seconds, like Whaler's Potion and Bullet Barrage. For Bullet Barrage, you're getting the whole package of Super Stance, Critical Status Immunity, and 50% damage reduction while using this skill. But now you can only hit a single target up to 20 times, and the duration will go from 4 seconds to 3 seconds, and damage is getting adjusted, going from 1305 to 1525. Overall, this condenses the skill effect on single target. Now, their 5th job skill, Nautilus Assault, will now be a 2-minute skill with its damage getting adjusted for the new cooldown. The ship's attack damage will go from 1800 to 1480, whereas the volley damage will go from 900 to 545. Lastly, for Death Triggers, the cooldown of the skill will go from 45 seconds to 30, and of course, the damage will be adjusted, meaning it'll go from 710 to 470. And finally, the action delay for this skill will go down by about 58%. As for the last of the Explorer Pirates, it is Cannon Master. Cannon Master is getting a new rush skill in second job, as well as having the cooldown of Monkey Fury and Monkey Militia completely removed. Pirate Spirit, which is a 4th job passive, will now have its boss damage go down from 40 to 29, and then skills like Rolling, Rainbow, and Monkey Business will be changed from 90 seconds to 60 seconds. In the case of Monkey Business, the duration of the skill, as well as Speedy Maxie's Bomb, will be adjusted, going from 34 seconds to 24 seconds, and 30 seconds to 20 seconds, respectively. In 5th job, Cannon of Mass Destruction will have a few changes. First, the cannonball prep time will go from 25 to 30 seconds, but the max number of rockets that can be held will go from 3 to 2. Now don't worry, the damage will get an increase going from 1690 to 1910. This skill's attack interval will also go down by about 43%, and it will now be affected by cooldown reduction. Lastly, for Poolmaker, the supply boxes will now drop on the first barrage. The duration of these boxes will go from 20 seconds to 40 seconds, and then it will increase your damage by 27% for 60 seconds upon casting this skill. And if you already have the buff, picking up another supply box will only heal you for a bit of HP. Next up are the Thunderbreakers, and you guys are just getting straight buffs. Numbers for Knuckle Mastery and Knuckle Expert will be going up, same for Lightning Boost and Lightning Lord, and that's pretty much it. Moving on, we have Shade. Shade is getting some quality of life changes to a couple of their skills, like cooldown removal for Blade Imp and Spirit Frenzy. Soul Splitter can now only be used if there is a target to hit, which is absolutely amazing considering you could actually miss this skill for bosses that likes to move around a lot. Looking at you, Lucid. Alright, I'm definitely not speaking from experience here. Anyways, Fox God Flash is getting a few of its features move around. The shockwave attack that appears when this skill is used will now be removed. Instead, when the skill ends or reused, it will instantly pop the 4 shockwaves. Other than that, the final damage of this skill is going down from 17% to 9%. In 6th job, Hexa Fox Spirit is also getting hit with a bit of a nerf. The damage boost will go from 93% to about 70%. And finally, Smashing Multi-Punch will have the full package of Super Stance, Critical Status Immunity, and 50% damage reduction when you're using this skill. Next is Mechanics. Mechanics are getting a pretty good quality of life change to their mount form. You will no longer be unmounted upon death in both humanoid and tank form. Now, Full Spread will be getting a change, going from 90 seconds to 60 seconds, whereas Doomday's Device, Full Metal Barrage, and Mecha Carrier will all go from 180 seconds to 120. In 6th job, Mechanics are getting a brand new skill called Robot Transition CBP1, which basically combine their Robot Launcher, Magnetic Field, and Robot Factory into a summon that deals damage periodically around you. Second to last is Angelic Buster. AB changes are pretty simple. Along with a few bug fixes to certain skills, Pink Pummel, their dash, will now have its action delay no longer be affected by attack speed, but the cast delay will go down by about 5%. Mighty Mascot will now have the full package of Super Stance, Critical Status Immunity, and 50% damage reduction when used. In 6th job, Hexer Trinity will have its damage go down from 1020 to 960, but the number of attacks will go up from 6 to 7. And finally, Hexa Soul Seeker will now also increase Hexer Trinity's damage by about 105%. And finally, for the last pirate on this list, not including Moshan, which is not from KMS, is Arc. Arc is getting changes to Vengeful Hate, which reduces the attack delay of this skill by about 52%, and then the activated marks can now hit single enemies. Other than that, their Endless Agony skill will be getting the full package of Super Stance, Critical Status Immunity, and 50% damage reduction when used. And then in 5th job, Devious Nightmare and Devious Dream are both getting buffed with more damage and increased number of attacks. Now the next set of changes will go into their 1st and 2nd mastery for 6th job. For the 1st mastery, Basic Drive, Scarlet Drive, Gust Drive, and Abyssal Drive are all getting number increases for each of these skills. And the same goes for all of their 2nd mastery skills like Grievous Wound, Insatiable Hunger, and Unbridled Chaos. Overall, Arc is eating like royalty for this patch. Alright, and that is all of the balance changes coming to the pirates this summer. Again, Moshan is not included on this list because it's not a KMS class, but looking at the pattern, expects most of Moshan's 3-minute skills to be reduced to 2 minutes, with attack numbers adjusted accordingly. Anyways, look out for the Warriors and Thief balance changes video coming soon, and I'll see you guys later.